Enzo to Nonaja, completely, entirely without emptiness, to belong to a whole, a unit of sanctions, myriads of atoms made one by the power of penetration. Enzo, the instrument of intrusion, healing the world with its noble filling of empty space into wholes, to taste his fullness having had one's mouth filled completely, a flesh growing into a full hardness that delights, excites, and fulfills the need to have the body fully filled, allowing wet, hard flesh to inhabit Queen Nonaja's orifice, woman to man, happiness, having satisfied her flesh, launching her mind, body, and soul into a state of total bliss. Promises. Doors swing, windows rattle, glass breaks, invader souls discontent. Nothing comes out of fear besides discomfort and mood. Panic unsets anxiety, sharpened defense, acute distress. Writing gets more difficult. Ideas become gooey, flat. So spatial depth delights. Percussive beats dominate the sentence. What can be done to maintain a new day, to set a new scene, one day at a time, 1 hour at a stretch? That's all that is promised to mankind. This one is in the book, and the books are located at lulu.com, and the author is Glenn Wright. That be me. I like this one. It's titled Criminal Lust. Let it go. Don't hold on. Loosen the grip. Throw away the pleasure of transgression. Little steps at a time, once pieced together, support the whole. Our love peels layers of flesh. We terrorize each other with distrust, envy, jealousy. To hold each other hostage, stealing each other's secrets, to hold ourselves hostage, sex slaves to one another. Anticipation, sensation. Now, this is one you might like. Tumultuous upheavals, real wars, all-out aggression. No stopping the invader. He has full power of the circuitry. Breaking in at any point, arresting, restraining, bringing in the grand jury. Suffering entails humiliation. Weakness and strength, power and faithfulness. A strong gust of wind and a broken timetable of thought heads towards a full flight. Destination, love land. Fear at work. What's the fear? Does it not bring it nearer? When all out having it present in mind makes it real. Sexual generosity is partnership without ownership. Fear would keep me home, isolated without other. And isolated without other is without contact. Afraid of touch. Unable to risk a running attempt. My hand over your body. Caught because the eye can't contain itself. A holdback from its indulgence, yet work is what dominates time. And what gets done during the time, during the hours of stimulation. Okay. You guys feeling me here? Because I'm about to hit you with the liquid emotions. Liquid emotions. Lack of self-esteem causes one, when depending upon the reliance of self-reliance, to fear the doubt and doubt his ability to excel in life. Now when it's time to take your place in your stomach, you feel the butterflies glide. And now the flight's about to take place. And you feel as if you're alone at ringside. Late at night, when the sky is dark, the streets belong to the evil ones. All else is God's. Together we walk in Satan's scum, and never do we ever look down at them. While walking through muck and mire in the big wet city streets of desire, we watch them sign on a dotted line, in agreement to set their souls on fire, chasing their stingy wine, forgetting all about the pain, yesterday's overwhelming explosive migraine, caught up in a conversation that leads to mental frustration of their trying to keep up a stingy habit with no occupation, bewildered by their liquid emotions that continuously flow to and through their wet brains, causing them to forget the delirious tremens of the oncoming pains. The miserable emotional traffic which they drive through is something I would never ever wish upon you. Taking their complaints to a bottle, the onset of misery is in full throttle. Lying about the lies they lied about. Sorry, my brother, no more vacancies on the magic way out. Sights set too far ahead, and all the while their desire to live is very much closer to being totally dead. Failed so often, just could not find ways and means to discover that path back to your mind. No self-respect, constant damage from their own assault. Being subject to suspect. Remember, my brother, before you empty the vault, default is your fault. This one is a little peculiar, particularly peculiar in that it's Merry Christmas, Jesus. Christmas is a holiday only because man has hyped it up to be that way. Why would Jesus want to spend when we really are having problems making ends meet? Wouldn't he prefer we lived this day like any other? At least not to wind up broke in his name. A little different. Get ready for this. How you gonna know where you're going when you don't know where you're coming from? How you gonna know where you're going when you've never met the son of a medicine man? Continuously you're making bad decisions, slamming your head into that same old wall. Instead of feeling beat down from those collisions, you believe you're having a ball. Never seeing the outcome of that which you're doing. Pain, misery, and suffering at its highest rate. Such a beautiful life you ruined, still killing yourself to this day. Acting as if you don't see it coming, like you're never gonna fall. Now here we go once again, head first into that same old wall. Are you gonna know where you're going when you don't know where you're coming from? Are you gonna know when's blowing if you've never met the sun? How you gonna know where to run to when you don't know what you're running from? How you gonna know where you're going when you act as if you haven't got a clue? How you gonna ever get where you're going when you're slowly but surely killing you? I've seen you walking up and down the street, crying about your blues, preaching how you could beat the street if only you were standing in the next man's shoes. What to say? He's a low-class, no-class individual, out here looking like a crippled crutch having crab. Out to get it up, or give it up, whatever, for easy chance to grab. Look at that broken brother over there. You see the stuff he do? Take a good look at that broken brother, because he's just a yet for me and you. Yeah. Just about everything he does about it, you have something judgmental to say. When he's just a direct reflection of me and you, should we ever go that way? How you gonna know where you're going when you don't know where you're coming from? Nah, man, if I smoked that shit, I wouldn't let it do me like this. If I drank or shot dope, I wouldn't let it do me like that. Listen, fool, how do you know how low you might go when you have yet to get hit with that bat? How you gonna know where you're going when you don't know where you're coming from? How you gonna know where you're going when you don't know what you're running from? How you gonna know? How you gonna know? How you gonna know where you're going when you don't know where you're coming from? Think about it.